Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of UA Eats. I'm UA, and we are back in Las Vegas. We're back in Sin City. I don't really gamble. I don't drink. I don't. Oh, what's up, guys? Hey, hello. You know, I'm not really a big party person, but somehow, you know, I just love Vegas. Like, I love the energy of this place. Tina and I both love it, and we find ourselves coming back every single year. So when we were in Atlantic City, we wanted to review Hell's Kitchen, and we weren't able to do it because weather did not permit it. There was a snowstorm and Hell's Kitchen was closed not one day, but two. But luckily, here in Vegas, we're actually at like probably the Hell's Kitchen flagship in America, so we're able to review it here. And Hell's Kitchen, we all know the wildly popular reality TV show, probably the show that really put Gordon Ramsay on the map outside of the UK, but the reviews of this place actually pretty good. Like, it's actually a really well-regarded restaurant, and I mean, yeah, we've eaten at lots of Gordon Ramsay restaurants on this channel. You know, we ate at his 3 Michelin star restaurant, the place that even made him anyone in the fine dining world, at least, in London. And we also ate at a bunch of his restaurants here in the US. But Hell's Kitchen is probably the last. I think this is the last Gordon Ramsay restaurant that we've yet to eat at least out of all his restaurants in America. If we're gonna eat more, we might as well go to the UK to eat more of his other restaurants in the UK. But yeah, this will be the last Gordon Ramsay restaurant that we have yet to eat at in the US. So yeah, let's check it out. Let's see if this is pretty good or if it's idiot sandwich. So let's check it out.
But then you turn around and say it. Oh,
thank you.
You can't join the red or the routine. Question: do you enjoy delicious food? Do you like a great atmosphere? This is the perfect thing. Thanks for visiting, and we're thrilled. Come in.
What's up, Gordon?
Everyone ready? 1, 2, 3. What are you? Idiot sandwich!
Oh, I thought we were taking a picture. All right, guys, so we are finally inside of Hell's Kitchen, and Tina and I are big fans of the show, so really looking forward to this. It's a shame that it didn't work out in Atlantic City, but if it didn't work out in AC, it will hopefully work out in LV. Do people say LV for Las Vegas? I'm actually not sure. I know they say like UNLV, right? Like University of Nevada, Las Vegas. But before we take a look at the menu, I just want to talk about the inside of this place. So I don't think this is where they filmed the show, because Tina and I have seen enough seasons where it does look kind of different from the Vegas seasons, where I remember the kitchen being more deep rather than wide. So I don't think this is where they filmed the show, but it still looks really cool nonetheless. They really recreated the way the show looks, more or less. And it's a shame because I heard something, this might have just been a rumor. I hear that like they had like a whole red team, blue team theme to like make it seem like it was a competition still. Maybe they got rid of that. Maybe that wasn't really that popular, but really cool on the inside. Actually, when you enter the restaurant, I just want to talk about the entrance, like the lobby. Not really a lobby, just like a kind of like a waiting space. When you enter the restaurant, they sell some Gordon Ramsay merch, just some Gordon Ramsay merch, and you know, they actually sell the coats from the show, like the red and the blue chef's jackets, and actually they sell some Gordon Ramsay cookbooks, and actually they even sell like a guide to the 3 Michelin starred restaurant Gordon Ramsay, like the flagship of his empire, where Tina and I ate there. We went all the way to London and ate there. And the Daily Mail even wrote an article about it. So, you know, check out that video after this if you have a chance. You know, luckily I got some footage of the Atlantic City one. I went down there to make sure it really was closed on the snow day, and I got some footage of the restaurant, and I actually kind of liked the decor of the Atlantic City restaurant more. Like, it kind of looks more like the show. This one, though, looks like a nice restaurant in general. Like a high ceilings, a really spacious spot. So, anyways, looking forward to this. You know, whether it's fancy, bougie, 3 Michelin starred restaurant Gordon Ramsay, or whether it's like his casual chains in AC and Vegas, like Gordon Ramsay Fish and Chips and Pub and Grill and whatnot, I, for the most part, tend to like Gordon Ramsay's food, except for his plain food restaurant in the Hong Kong airport. That was just terrible. Sorry, Gordon, if you watch this, that restaurant's not great. But let's take a look at the menu. It kind of fits like the Hell's Kitchen charred theme, although this looks less like a charred menu. It kind of looks like a pizza stone, right? Like something you cooked pizza on top of with like some burnt bits still on top. Open this guy up, and it's not too big of a menu, which I like, but there's still a decent amount of options. And we're not going to return to this back page. This back page is mostly drinks, so just going to pan through it, show you what they got, and then we're going to go through the foods. But anyways, So not cheap. I know this is Vegas, but this is still kind of expensive, maybe even for Vegas. So typical steakhouse prices, you know, oysters, shrimp cocktail, foie gras, a lot of your typical kind of steakhouse items, but also some random, you know, Gordon Ramsay, you know, Hell's Kitchen classics like lobster risotto. Too bad I can't eat lobster anymore, but they've screwed up so many of those lobster risottos that I really, really want to try it. Bone marrow is really, really tempting, but we might have to go with bone marrow next time. Caesar salad, apple pear salad looks kind of nice, and beef Wellington. And wow, their beef Wellington has gotten quite expensive. I remember last time I ate at Gordon Ramsay Steak here in Vegas, their beef Wellington was about $60-something. So 74, that's a pretty penny. That's expensive. I guess it's Vegas, and I guess there has been inflation. Crispy skin salmon, I think I remember from the show. New York strip, 14 ounces, dry, well, at least it's dry aged, but $79 for a New York strip, like 80 bucks. Are you kidding me for a 14-ounce steak? I bet they're not even charging that much at Gordon Ramsay Steak. Are you kidding me? Wow, they really are price gouging a bit here. So I don't know. And out of these sides, you know, even though they don't make this much on the show, I was hoping they had like their flatbread, like their pizza things. And they even have like a pizza oven over there, it looks like, but no pizza on the menu today. But I hear good things about this baked mac and cheese, smoked Gouda, and crispy prosciutto. So we'll try this later. Luckily, they have a prefix menu here. So 3 courses, 106 bucks. Wine pairing, an extra 60 bucks. We're not gonna do that. This has the pan-seared scallops, which, you know, so many people have screwed up these scallops on the show. They're overcooked or undercooked, and I don't know. I could be wrong, but my understanding is that cooking scallops isn't too hard, but maybe the technique they use on the show is difficult, but Tina can eat the scallops, so we can at least get footage of it. And of course, the beef Wellington, so good thing that it comes with that. And the beef Wellington seems to be in big demand because they're making a ton of them over there. Like, they're just constantly unwrapping them, and like Gordon Ramsay has like a, here I'll show you with this napkin, he like kind of has like a twisty turny way of making beef Wellington. Like, he kind of like twists like the ends like this, and then he does like this while making them. It's like how he makes it really tight. Like, the more tight it is, like the more even the shape, and that's what makes it cook more evenly. You know, even done this throughout apparently. And then of course the sticky toffee pudding, and in any Gordon Ramsay restaurant, if they have sticky toffee pudding, you gotta get it. I've had lots of sticky toffee puddings, including in England, and I have yet to have a better one than the one I've had at a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. His recipe is just to die for, so let's order. So we're ready. Oh, so you want to go first?
Get the prefix menu.
Scallops?
Scallops and
One of this medium rare, is that okay?
medium rare.
I'm gonna do the salmon. Sorry? Yes. And the baked mac and cheese. Thank you.
Go with water too?
Yes. Well, he's a really, really fast-talking waiter. Like, you know, I was like, wait, what'd you say? He said medium, but I really had to, like, you know, like strain my ears to hear. Tina ordered the prefix because she's gonna eat the scallops, and then we're gonna share everything else, and yeah, should be good. Oh, by the way, let me take off my hat, since even though it's a really casual vibe in here, still somewhat of like a fancier, not too casual restaurant, so. Thank you. All right, so Tina got her scallops, and yeah, I gotta say, Gordon, I know you pride yourself on service, but the service here is not great. I mean, did you see? Like, he literally like kind of like almost threw the plate down, and it was wobbling around.
Really big sound.
Yeah, and it wobbled around like a frisbee or something. So, yeah. So Tina, go ahead and enjoy. I can't eat scallops, but if you want to share your thoughts, Tina, after taking a few bites, let me know. Ooh, look at how tender the scallops are.
Yeah.
Battling with her.
The plate is really hot, by the way.
I have the shellfish allergy, but Tina does not. So Tina, if you're willing, would you want to share some thoughts on how the Hell's Kitchen scallops are?
Yeah, I don't normally eat scallops, but this one's pretty good. I really liked it when I was young, but this one's really like tender. It's cooked really well. Like, the base is very tender and has like a crispy prosciutto on top, so add like a crispiness to it.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Well, I like the sauce though, and I was like, oh, what is this sauce? I looked up on the menu, it's actually truffle jus. Add a really savory taste to it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think he tends to like to use truffles. Like, I've been to some of his other restaurants, like here in Vegas too, and he uses truffles in like his fries and stuff, so he tends to like truffles, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I really like they combine it with the butternut squash. Like, they have the puree underneath it. Really helps to ground the taste a little bit.
How is the cook? Or do they have a sear, or are they under-seared or over-seared?
I can't really see the sears. is like covered in the jus.
Yeah, I guess the sauce is kind of covering it, right? But in the show, he's always complaining about that. Like he's always going like, they're too burnt, or they're under burnt, or they're undercooked, or whatever.
There are some sear, I guess. It's hard to see it.
Okay, there's not much, it looks like.
Yeah.
So, all right, I wonder if on the show this would have gotten sent back, but cool. But you're enjoying the flavor?
It's pretty nice.
Awesome, cool. Lucky Tina got the app, so let's hopefully we enjoy the rest of what we ordered.
Salmon here for you, sir.
Yes.
Got some Michelin asparagus.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, guys, we just got all our food. We got the salmon, we got the mac and cheese, and we got the beef Wellington. But I gotta be honest, guys, they kind of just like plopped everything down. You probably saw in the video, and when they gave us like our utensils, they also kind of just like threw them down. Like they were kind of just like kind of like that. Like I don't know. Like I feel like here, you know, in general, Gordon Ramsay preaches like standards and great service. After all, the dude's got like 3 Michelin stars and like I think 17 Michelin stars total, so he knows a thing or two about service. But here, I don't know. I mean, not only is it not good service, it's kind of like Chinese diner vibes. Like really gruff and really really like almost like borderline rude at some points. So I don't know, I guess this is one benefit of this channel. Like we show up to these spots, we don't collaborate with these places, we show up unannounced. So, those other channels, like maybe they know they're coming, they're on their best behavior and everything. They know to look out for them and give them like lights and good sound and stuff. But here, don't expect the best service here, at least every now and then. So, but anyways, these are all our items. This is the crispy skin salmon. It does look like a crispy skin. I mean, as long as the food is good, all is right in the universe, and hopefully it's cooked to that medium doneness. And I don't know, I will say that whatever the stuff that it's on top of, like I think the presentation could use some work. Like it does look a little messy, I think, but that's the mac and cheese with prosciutto, and I hear great things about this. And this is the beef Wellington. So yeah, Tina, feel free to, you can eat the salmon. I'm gonna do the beef Wellington first, if that works for you.
Yes, okay, sure.
So here, let's trade. So feel free to dig in, Tina. I know you must be hungry. And here is the signature Gordon Ramsay beef Wellington, in this case the Hell's Kitchen beef Wellington. And it looks like it's got a very smooth, round, delicious puff pastry on it. Like the puff pastry looks even. I mean, it seems like different Gordon Ramsay restaurants have different philosophies on how to handle this. At Gordon Ramsay Pub Grill a few years ago, they had like almost like a rustic, like a buttery, flaky puff pastry on top, like very rustic and country-like. While this one, I don't know, it's more brown, it's more even, and it's almost like a loaf of bread or like a croissant or something. So probably medium rare, because if it's more than medium rare, the outside begins to like char too much. So yeah, that looks like a medium rare, looks like a good cook. So let's dig in. Actually, this smells delicious. The whole thing, I said croissant because the whole thing smells like a fresh baked croissant. Wow, delicious. So try a bite. Ooh. Yeah, the pastry, it's not quite crispy. It's like in between crispy and like, I don't know. It is actually kind of croissant-like this texture. So let's try a bite of the welly, all right? Oh, well the problem with beef Wellingtons is that they're kind of hard to eat. Okay, second try. It's not the best beef Wellington I've had. Actually, the best beef Wellington I had was actually several years ago at Gordon Ramsay Pub Grill, although I hear they've since changed the recipe, but it was so good there. Like it was buttery and flaky. It was incredible. Like their beef Wellington, like puff pastry, almost tasted kind of like pie crust almost in a way, like flaky pie crust. While in this case, this smells like croissant, but it doesn't really taste like croissant. Like it kind of tastes more like, I don't know, like it kind of just tastes like a pastry. Like it tastes like a pastry, but it doesn't taste like a puff pastry. Like it kind of just tastes like a standard pastry. So I don't know if they stopped using a puff pastry, or if this is just not as good quality of a puff pastry, or if they're skipping some steps when rolling it out. But I don't know. Like I feel like what makes puff pastry great is that it's flaky and buttery, because they're just adding butter, rolling. But I don't really taste like too much butteriness. That I don't taste too much richness, too much depth of flavor. So the puff pastry really should be the star of beef Wellingtons, but in this case, it leaves a bit to be desired. Like I've made beef Wellington before, and making puff pastry is a nightmare. So I don't even think it's worth doing it, especially since you probably can't do much better than store-bought. Most people just buy puff pastry, I think even like fancy restaurants, but there's a puff pastry that I use at Whole Foods, and I've made beef Wellington, and it's better than this one, I would say. It's more buttery, it's more flaky. This pastry, I don't know, it tastes almost you know, it doesn't have that butteriness, that richness, or that flakiness. Like, it's almost like just like a thinner, like, crust of bread, almost in a way. So, it's a bit of a disappointment. Let's take another bite, though. Let's see how the meat and the duxelle are. Let's reevaluate. Okay, this time we're gonna focus less on the pastry, more on the meat and the duxelle. Duxelle is the mushroom paste that lines the inside. How's the salmon?
Salmon's pretty good.
So it doesn't taste bad. I mean, it's filet mignon with, I think, prosciutto wrapped around this. So, you know, it's gonna taste decent, but I don't think this is great. I'm not even sure if this is good. Like, it's decent, but actually the tenderloin on the inside, the filet mignon is incredibly soft, which I would hope for. I mean, I would hope that the tenderloin is soft, and beef Wellington is made by like wrapping this around an entire tenderloin, not just a filet mignon, an entire tenderloin, but the mushroom duxelle tastes pretty good. I just wish there were more of it. I feel like you really want to load up on more of the duxelle, like get that really earthy, like umami flavor. The prosciutto actually adds like a nice saltiness, like a nice, you know, salty, porky flavor. But yeah, honestly, guys, yeah, I mean, this beef Wellington, it's okay. I've definitely had better. I mean, at other Gordon Ramsay restaurants, to be fair. But yeah, this is a bit of a letdown, I think. A little quick bite of this. And, well, I guess we'll try one of the carrots. Oh. Ooh. Actually, I was ready to say that the carrots are just average carrots because that's what they look like, just shaped carrots, but they're incredibly smooth and soft, and ooh, the ball form is not just decoration. Like, when you eat it, it's almost like eating like an edible, like marble. It's so soft, and I never thought I'd say this, but those carrots have like a perfect doneness. Like, these root vegetables are incredibly tender and soft and disintegrate in your mouth, and they're delicious. But the mashed potatoes are only average, unfortunately, and I would say that this sauce they have, I even have some salt tolerance, but this sauce is way too salty. Like, I taste some red wine flavor, but I really more so taste salt. So yeah, unfortunately, the beef welly, yeah, I don't know, not my favorite. But yeah, you mind if I try the salmon?
Yeah. Save half for you.
You seem to like the salmon. All right, take the Wellington. Oh, you can have the knife too. Soon may the Wellington come to bring us sugar and tea and rum.
Going to try the mac and cheese?
Yes, I will. Oh, you can eat the mac and cheese first. Yeah, go ahead. All right, crispy salmon time. And this was also screwed up a lot on the show. The salmon is raw! And he, like, you know, smooshes it into someone's like shirt or something. Man, he is so mean sometimes on that show. Some might call it constructive feedback, but I might call it a toxic work environment. I think those Hell's Kitchen contestants should have a word with HR. Yeah, so Tina ate half of the salmon, so yeah, let's just give this a try. Well, guess we'll eat from this end. Ooh.
It is a little overcooked for me, but let me know what you think.
Okay. Well, good thing it's flaking apart like that. So I don't know, maybe parts of it are cooked better than others. All right, give this a try. Okay. You're right, it is a little overcooked. It's, I think, within range, but it's a little overcooked, I think.
Might be a little juicier if it's not so overcooked.
Yeah, it's a little medium well, I think. But let's try the middle. Maybe the edges just cooked more. So yeah, the skin kind of fell off when I tried to cut into it. So maybe the middle, you know, just like on a steak, the middle is usually the part that's more consistently cooked. So let's try this. Okay. No, actually the edges are better. Yeah, the edges are almost better cooked. The middle is more dry, actually. That's a shame because, to be honest, if you're gonna have a salmon, like the salmon doesn't really have too many like seasonings or special flavors or sauces to it. If you're gonna have like a more standard salmon flavor, then you really need the cook to be spot on. Just like, you know, a steak that you're not gonna marinate. Like, it's all about the cook. It's all about the meat itself. So the protein itself in this case. I mean, if you take a look, like parts of the salmon, yeah, I don't think it's like grossly overcooked, but parts of it are definitely kind of dry, I think, and kind of overcooked. And was the skin crispier when you ate it?
Yeah, it was crispy.
Okay. It was?
It was, yeah.
Okay, so to be fair, maybe the skin is not as crispy as I hoped, but maybe because you know, Tina ate this first and I ate it second, so maybe the temperature just kind of made it more soft. But still, if it were a really crispy skin, it could survive like maybe like a few minutes. Unfortunately, sorry, Gordon. I mean, I guess this is Hell's Kitchen, so I guess stuff gets sent back all the time and doesn't pass. But Gordon, if you were here at your Vegas restaurant, you would not have allowed this to go up. Like, this would have been someone who got kicked out of the kitchen or something. Like, this would have been a idiot sandwich, get out moment or something. So, I don't know. I mean, so Tina, how are you liking the beef Wellington?
I feel like I mainly taste the beef.
Yeah.
I feel like the beef Wellington should be a combination of the beef, like the crust, and the mushroom flavor.
Yeah, the duxelle.
Right. Yeah. But here I can mainly taste the beef. If I eat the crust itself, it doesn't really have that buttery croissant flavor.
Yeah.
It's mostly just blended with the rest of the beef. It doesn't add a layer to it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I think that's what it's supposed to do, right?
It's supposed to have like a buttery, like flaky flavor. I feel like beef Wellington, because filet mignon or tenderloin, it doesn't really have flavor. That's the whole point. Like it's very tender without much fat, so it's sort of like a healthy steak. So the flavor really is supposed to come from the mushroom duxelle,
Right.
the prosciutto a little bit, and also mostly from the puff pastry.
Right.
But that doesn't even taste like puff pastry. It just kind of tastes like an average crust.
Not very crispy. It's just like kind
Yeah.
of soft.
And the puff pastry is like flaky. It's like when you cut it, you feel and you see the flakes. It's not like it just goes straight through. Here, let me show you guys.
Yeah.
Like here, like when I cut through it, like it should be flaking apart more than that. Like it shouldn't be just cutting like so like straight through like that. Like it should be like you can cut straight through, but it should be more flaky. Like there should be more layers. I don't know. I feel like this puff pastry is pretty weak, to be honest. Now let's try the mac and cheese, which I hear great things about. Like, they don't really make this on the show. Everybody says, though, that this mac and cheese is to die for. So, all right, let's try some of the mac and cheese. Well, that mac and cheese is awesome. Ooh. Oh, that's a really good mac. That's really good. Oh, okay. Now I see why that was heavily recommended. But that mac and cheese, honestly, this mac and cheese rocks. I mean, it's creamy on the inside. Like the outside layer, like I like that it's like, you know, baked in the oven and it's gotten all like, I know it's kind of coagulated here, but it's like it's like a harder layer on top, but it adds like some crunch to it. Like I love those I love the baked part on top of a baked mac and cheese. That's like often the best part in my opinion. The mac and cheese itself is creamy, like it's got a great texture. Like it's really, really creamy, and the prosciutto flavor really rings true. Like the salted meat flavor, like it really adds like a perfect salt and like a savory component to like a cheesy, creamy mac and cheese. So guys, if you eat here, the mac and cheese is a must. So really, really, really good. So I'm gonna eat more of this for sure. I think we only have one course, the sticky toffee pudding. So I'm pretty sure that will be pretty good. So looking forward to that. All right, guys, the last course is here, the sticky toffee pudding, and in a Gordon Ramsay restaurant, you gotta get this, no matter which one, if he has it, because it's pretty good. Tina, feel free to dig in. Let's dive in, why don't we? And it looks like this was sitting for a bit, because a lot of it melted already. Like we literally just got it like, 20 seconds ago. So we'll try a piece without the ice cream. How is it?
So you want the coconut and the cheesecake?
Oh. Oh man. Oh, that is as good as ever. I mean, his other restaurants might have different presentation, sometimes fancier presentation, but that flavor is out of this world. Like the recipe is just incredible. Oh my goodness, I don't know. The sticky toffee pudding here is just to die for. The warm sponge cake and some of the cold ice cream. Hot meets cold, wow. 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 I will always give credit where credit's due, and in my opinion, taste is subjective, but for me, the Gordon Ramsay sticky toffee pudding is like, it's among my favorite desserts, like ever. It's so, so good. We're gonna share final thoughts outside, because there's people next to us, and we don't wanna bias their experience. Oh. It kinda has like a graham cracker flavor, and I love it. Oh, wow, what is that? That almost looks like a Salt Bay thing, like something from like Harry Potter or something. Wow, cool. All right, guys, so we just finished eating at Hell's Kitchen, and yeah, I don't know, it was I mean, the sticky toffee pudding was really good. Like, you know, if you go to any of Gordon Ramsay's restaurants, if they carry the sticky toffee pudding, you gotta get it. But honestly, guys, I really wasn't that impressed with Hell's Kitchen. I mean, I felt like if Gordon himself came here, you know, on one of his reality TV shows, he would call it a kitchen nightmare. The food really wasn't that great. Like, it didn't really impress me, and it was expensive too. Like, it was extremely expensive, and most of it was like kind of like, I would say, mediocre, and the service was not good. I mean, you saw in the video, like, they're kind of just like throwing plates down, you know, just, it was not good service. They were not really polite. They're kind of like rushing you a lot of the time, like they're talking quick and like kind of rushing you, and yeah, it didn't really seem very personal, and I don't know, guys, it wasn't great. I mean, unfortunately, I gotta say it, like, not good food. I haven't said this in a long time, but unfortunately, not good food, overpriced, poor service, kind of coasting on like a celebrity chef, like a famous person. I gotta say that unfortunately, I do think that this is a tourist trap. I hesitate to say something like cash grab. You know, I want to give Gordon Ramsay the benefit of the doubt. You know, I know he's a busy guy. He's got all his reality TV shows, and he's got like all his Michelin star restaurants, and he has just restaurants all over the whole country, all over the whole world. So I know he can't be everywhere at once. So, you know, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and you know, maybe if he knew about like the quality here, maybe he would do something about it. But unfortunately, guys, Hell's Kitchen to me, you know, I wouldn't go so far as to say idiot sandwich, but I'm gonna say definitely a bit of a kitchen nightmare, and it's not really for me. It wasn't great. So, but anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have eaten at Hell's Kitchen. Let me know if you had a good experience. Maybe you had a better experience than I did, and maybe other Hell's Kitchen locations, not in Vegas, in other cities are better. So let me know in the comments, because great minds eat alike. And if you like my vids, like and subscribe. That way you stay up to date whenever I post another video. Yeah, we have some leftovers, so I guess it's gonna be beef Wellington for breakfast, I guess. So anyways, we got more vids from Vegas coming, so stay tuned, and until next time, I'll see you later.